Hi, my name is Terry Oakley and I am a candidate for a Master in Educational Technology degree from Boise State University. I have been working in K-12 public education for the past 12 years. For the majority of my education career, I have taught high school family and consumer sciences. This past August, I started a new journey and I am working as an educational technology specialist for my school district. In this new role, I work with schools to build technology capacity and help teachers integrate technology into their instructional practices. As I begin this journey, I currently and will continue to use the knowledge and experience I have gained throughout the MET program to guide my work. The first class that I would like to reflect on today is EdTech 502. And in this course, I created a few websites in particular that have been very beneficial to the work that I do. This was the hardest class I have ever taken, and I am amazed at how much I was able to learn in one semester. I don't know if I could go back and do that again. I used many of these websites for course instruction in my advanced interior design class last year and was able to see how much of an impact the websites had on student learning. This one in particular I created was very beneficial in a class where I had advanced students who needed a little bit more challenging instruction than some of the other students. So this class I was able to use this virtual field trip of luxury hotels as kind of an enrichment activity for the advanced students in the class. All of the classes I taught were available for 9th through 12th grade students, so it can be difficult to create assignments to meet the needs of all the learners in the classroom. And this assignment really helped me with those advanced learners. Another assignment that helped me with advanced learners was this web quest that I developed for diabetes prevention. So this was a very good activity for me to use for students in my foods and nutrition class that were a little bit more advanced and needed a little bit more of an enrichment activity to keep them engaged in the work. Both of these websites were very beneficial to me to use in the classroom, and it was also very beneficial for me to learn the skills, to learn how to do the HTML5 code and to write the CSS style sheets. Although I don't know if I'll have time to create new websites from scratch in my future, I will hopefully be able to use some of the templates that I've built and take some of the skills that I learned to apply to different types of website creation. In my school district, we use Google for Education, so the preferred method of creating websites is the Google Sites, and I will be doing a lot of those, and I already have, and I will be able to help teachers from the skills that I learned in this 502 class. The next class that I would like to talk about is EdTech 505. This was probably the second hardest class that I've ever taken, but definitely one of the most important. I was amazed at the amount of work that went into the evaluation process. For this project that I did in the class, I was able to take on a controversial program in my school, which was a senior online class. This class was developed because the seniors were not getting enough seat time minutes to graduate from high school. They had the credits that they needed, but they weren't actually in class long enough to meet the requirements by the state of Colorado. What the administration did is they built this senior online class. It was 15 hours, and the students had to complete it in one semester. And it wasn't something that was very popular. The content of the class was kind of thrown together very quickly, and students weren't really impressed with what they were learning. So since I knew that this was a program that was maybe not as effective as the administration would like it to be, I chose to work with the administration to do the evaluation on this project. So I talked to them and learned more about the problems, and I also talked to teachers that were teaching the class as well as students. I developed some data instruments and I built them using Socrative.com. And the way that I was able to execute this was I had this senior English class I did a sampling size, I think I had 115 of the students who completed the survey, and they went quickly online and did a Socrative quiz, and that was a very good way for me to bring in educational technology into this project, and it really made my results easier to analyze, and it was very quick for the teachers who administered the surveys in their class. The surveys were only about 10 questions, and the students got them done very quickly, and they used their cell phones at the beginning of class. In addition, I also sent a survey to teachers to get their opinions about the class and to see if there were anything that they thought should be changed or how they felt about the process. The outcomes were very significant because I was able to determine that there was a very negative attitude from both the teachers and the students who took the class. And the data showed me that there was a need to do a little bit more engaging curriculum added into the class if it were to continue. So my recommendations for this class were to either significantly change it or to discontinue the class altogether. This feedback was very beneficial to the administration, and they read through the entire report and they decided that they really needed to do something. They really wanted to focus on the online class to give students that experience. So if they decided to do classes online when they were in college, they would have some experience. Also, too, the district recently had unveiled or purchased the rights to use Schoology and a learning management system throughout the district. And the principal really wanted teachers to get more experience using Schoology so they would use it more in their own classes. So what the school decided to do after reading the evaluation report was they put together a team over the summer to revamp the course and to make it more engaging for the students and to make it more challenging. The next class that I wanted to talk about was EdTech 504, and in particular the final synthesis paper for this class. In this class, I learned a lot about educational theory as applied to educational technology, and the paper that I wrote was called Integrating Constructivist Learning Theory into Career and Technical Education Programs Through the Utilization of Emerging Technologies. So as I learned about the constructivist theory, it changed the way that I think about education. I've never learned about this theory in my undergraduate degree, and I found a clear connection with this theory and the classes that I taught. And what I originally learned when I learned how to teach Family Consumer Sciences, which is a career and technical education class or content area, was more of a behavioral approach. And as I was working with kids and teaching for the past 12 years, I felt that it was failing and that behavioralist approach really wasn't getting students to where they could potentially be. And so I also found a clear connection between the constructivist theory and my views on educational technology. This theory clearly supports a student-centered learning environment, and it correlates with the idea of a flipped classroom. And this is how I feel that this career and technical education classes would better be used. I think that they would be more effective if they were taught in this manner. So I firmly believe now in the majority of cases that learning should be shifted from the teacher-based model to the student-based model, where the students are learning and they are meeting more of their personal needs and they're learning how to become lifelong learners. And so I'm very grateful to have taken this class because it was kind of an aha moment for me to see how I could take what I'd learned before and really take it to the next level. And I feel that this is the key to individualized education and to differentiation. And I feel that this constructivist view will really help teachers get a grasp on how they can get to where they want to be in the future with education. In conclusion, as I reflect on my time in this program and look back at the artifacts I have created, I am amazed at how much I have accomplished in the last 2 years. This program has given me the background knowledge and theoretical perspective I need to become a professional in the field of educational technology. I'm not sure how I found the time to do the program with a full-time job, family, and etc., but I'm thankful now that I made it happen, and I did. This program was very fast-paced, and many classes required me to learn new technology tools in a very short amount of time. In my new position that I'm working in, I often have very little time to learn a new tool to share with a teacher or staff. The pace in which I've learned in the EdTech program has helped me cope with the demands of my new position. Knowing that I can overcome the challenges posed in some of the classes gives me confidence to tackle the task at hand. When I'm finished with portfolio, I look forward to applying what I have learned to my new position, getting some sleep, and spending time with my family. Thank you to all of you that have helped me throughout the last 2 years in the EdTech program. Without your help and support, I wouldn't have made it through this program. I am sincerely grateful for the knowledge that you have helped me build and the constructive feedback that has helped me develop the skills I need to be a part of this exciting, impactful, and ever-growing and ever-changing field.